Okay. Now the stream is on.
Good evening, stream.
Good evening, Will.
You got some whiskey with you?
Yeah, I haven't taken any yet, but I got it ready.
I just poured myself a smidgen of scotch.
All right, let's hook that up. Let's hook that up. Bum ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum.
It's a smoky one at that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's good. In fact, I'd go so far to say the bottle of scotch that I have is my favorite bottle of scotch.
Wow. Favorite brand or favorite individual bottle?
This I like all the bottles that are this particular one, but that bottle itself is pretty nice. Like, I can't lie. Now,
Okay.
This particular brand and selection from the brand, it's a Lafroig 10-year. Just Lafroig 10-year.
Lafroig, that the name like that, how could it not be good?
Yeah, exactly. From the island of Islay in Scotland.
Wow.
Can I get a port to Stormwind? Okay.
I could use a port if you're handing them out.
Yeah, I am. I'm putting one out front.
Okay. All right. The whiskey is poured. So I've installed Spy. The
Oh, I should get that too.
The add-on that alerts you when there's PvPers nearby. Where are you?
To your left.
Oh. Got it.
I'm gonna take it too.
Oh.
Why am I stunned?
You came through stunned? A little bit of portal sickness?
Yeah, something like that.
It's funny. Hey, Shuffle. You're disappointed with Dauntless? Oh, no! I guess you've done some gaming since we last spoke, huh?
No. You know, yesterday you mentioned, would we have, or it was either yesterday or the day before, would we have continued playing this game if we were on this server to start?
And it was like this.
And it was like this. And that notion is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it's been bothering you, huh?
It's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
Now, hindsight's always 20/20, right?
Of course.
But yeah, it's a bit of a feels bad.
Yeah. I'll say.
But then on the other hand, the BCN game just has never grabbed me.
I think it's pretty hype if you've never done it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Mount Hyjal is so flavorful, Black Temple is so flavorful, Karazhan so flavorful. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff to do there. Sunwell also kicks ass, even though it's like, oh, okay, whatever, man.
Yeah, the bar is high to get into that, of course.
Yeah, and Tempest Keep and Serpent Shrine Cavern, I never had much of an opinion on. Yeah, major, especially Serpent Shrine.
Yeah,
the whole Steam thing is just like, ugh, get me out of here.
Yeah, I could do without that.
Played about 5 hours. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Will. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, nothing. I was just agreeing.
Shuffle, you thought the monsters would have interesting attack patterns, but no, you just group fight damage sponges for material to craft armor and weapons. You know what I have been watching on and off today? Is something I might actually do a reaction to on stream one of these days. It's an hour-long video essay by Never Knows Best.
Okay.
And it's called How to Save the MMO Genre. And actually, it's It's pretty fucking good. It's pretty
Is
good.
it really?
Yeah. It makes a lot of interesting points. I'm not sure if I agree with his conclusion, but I think he hit all the right sort of circumstances of the things that have changed MMOs over the last 20 years.
Like on the right trajectory, at least.
Yeah, like he mentioned all the right things. Like he mentioned, the fact that that MMOs are less social than before, but they are that way for all those things were done for good reasons. And when you roll back on those things and make them more social, people don't like the loss of convenience. So anyway, it's a good video essay. Never knows best.
Check that one out.
What was I gonna do in Stormwind again?
Auction house stuff?
I guess so.
I had a few failed auctions that I had to
Select.
relist.
Do you need heavy runecloth bandages by any chance?
I don't think I can use them.
Okay.
I have high enough first aid.
What?
My
You
first aid
embarrass
is
me.
70.
You
I
embarrass
can
me.
level it pretty quickly. All my linen and stuff went into tailoring. I actually liked that aspect about Classic. At that point in the game when we were playing, BIS items, like even raid items, there were two of them were BOP crafted items for mages.
Yeah, it was a cool thing about being a Clothian classic, I think.
Yeah, we had more variety than you did. You had to wear leather. I mean, technically you had more variety, but you had to wear leather. So you could be,
But I didn't like it.
Yeah, but you didn't like it. And rightly so. Leather's ugly. Even rogues think leather's ugly. Casters and plate wearers got it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the thing about warriors is for gearing for warriors in classic is all about drops. It's all about and a handful of crafted, but you can have other people craft them for you, like the Lionheart helm.
Lionheart helm, yeah.
Is the main one. That's actually probably the only one that really matters.
Mortuary assistant.
Oh, I have a bunch of auctions in my mail that I wanted to relist, or possibly just vendor. On a positive note, a friend who is a solo dev released Mortuary Assistant, which is doing really well on Twitch right now. Holy shit, a solo dev having a game that's doing well? It's pretty fucking cool. Mortuary Assistant sounds quite morbid.
Oh yeah, fuck that noise. Yep, not playing that.
Why?
Yep, nope, yep, nope.
What's wrong with him? Is it like scary, creepy and shit?
Oh yeah, no. Oh, yeah. You got a nope right out of that one.
Heavy warping happening.
One of the bullet lines in the list of key features is perform embalming tasks while keeping demonic forces at bay.
I've got my old school BFF from high school and college. His dad owns a what's it called? Funeral. Yeah, a funeral home, and they do embalming and the whole thing. He's going to take over the business, so I wonder what he would think about that stuff. I wonder what he'd think.
What is Dauntless?
It's a first-person shooter, it looks like.
Role-playing video game. It says it's an RPG. Action RPG.
What? I just did a search for Dauntless and it brought up a first-person shooter. Wait, so someone made a video called "Why I Quit Dauntless," and it's of them playing a different game. What the?
Yeah, this Dauntless is not a first-person shooter.
No.
It's a free-to-play online action RPG.
Oh, interesting. It looks some
like
its
Monster
presentation is quite mobile looking.
Well, it's released on a lot of things. Switch as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll buy it.
Oh yeah, it does look like a Monster Hunter knockoff. Is it a Monster Hunter knockoff? Probably first question. Oh yeah, Kai has a hub zone. You spawn into instant areas to hunt monsters. Okay. Sounds like that game that released last year that was a complete rip of Pokemon.
Oh yeah. Have you seen?
I'm pretty sure
you've
it's
seen
dead.
The Pokemon with Guns game that's coming out.
Yes. Yep.
What the fuck
I had
is
to
going on with that?
I did a double take on that one. That one's freaking outrageous.
Kai, they definitely have attack patterns later on. It's like Monster Hunter Hub Zone. You say it improves a lot of Monster Hunter problems, but I wouldn't know. Yeah, okay. I really enjoyed Monster Hunter World, but
I did too.
I also got very bored of it. Like, I went from enjoying it to being bored of it, like, extremely quickly.
Yeah, I feel like we did what you were supposed to do, right?
Yeah,
there was more progression you could do, but it was just kind of more reiterative monsters that had just bigger health bars.
Totally. So what's going to my keyring? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Is the keyring a Burning Crusade feature? It must be.
No, it was a classic feature.
Why do I have keys in my bank then?
Are they coffer keys?
No, like the key to Searing Gorge and the workshop key.
Because we quit before keyring was off.
Oh, so it was a classic thing, but it was after phase 1.
Safe travels.
Somebody's asking me for a port to Ironforge from Stormwind. Like, take the tram, buddy.
Charge him 10 gold, man. Make that cash money.
A little 10
if their time is that valuable, man. I would like to disable Joyous Journeys. Holy shit. Why would you want to do that? The innkeeper here next to the bank will let you turn off the XP buff. I mean, I thought you just right-click it to get rid of it, but maybe more elaborate means are required. Yeah, it's like, what? I mean, I guess I can sort of relate to that idea. That's something I would choose to do.
Yeah, I don't think I would either.
So I have good news, everyone. I've selected a thumbnail for my video essay.
The time has come.
Holy shit. That one took like 5 days. I'm gonna sell this greater arcane protection potion. Yes. Please buy my shit. Which means that it's almost ready to release. It's not gonna set the world on fire or anything, but it's just like a proof of concept almost is kind of how is what it kind of is. It's like, can I do this? Well, we'll see. You all will see. I'm debating though, because I feel kind of bad because I've been sitting on the Cardo podcast for like 2 months while I've been working on this, and I kind of feel like if I publish a big video essay before the Cardo podcast, that he might be like, "Hey, man, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
But probably he doesn't care, right? I mean, probably. I don't know. Maybe he does. Easy throw dynamite. Let's go. If you were Cardo, would you care? Okie dokes.
Got my listings up. No, but to your question, I doubt it.
4? Yeah. The fourth one. I'll show it on stream so people know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I thought it'd be really cool because the title of the video is The Vanishing MMO Middle Class, right? So I thought it would be really cool to like have part of the thumbnail be like vanishing, right? And so I made a very simple. I just logged into WoW Classic, went to Goldshire, and got a little picture of my Lobi warrior staring at the inn. I was like, hey, that's like scenic as shit. Let's use that. And just throw some text in front of it, and boom, done. But I was like, what about making it fade out into the background? And I was able to do it, but I don't think it's actually very good for a thumbnail because the vanishing stuff makes it hard to pick out. I think 3 or 4 is the play.
Yeah.
Right now I have it set as 4. But I need to figure out.
I think 3 is easily readable too.
You like 3 as well? With
it's a little less stark to my eyes.
Only difference is that the warriors faded out. Maybe I'll use it.
Is that really the only difference?
Yeah.
Oh man, what an eye fuck. I feel like the warrior faded out does change subtly how my eye perceives the coloring of the text.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird. Okay. Well, maybe I'll use 3
I
then.
like 3.
Maybe because
one of them fading out solid.
Is this my thumbnail? These are the 4 versions of the thumbnail that I'm trying to choose between. Three. Maybe I'll use 3 then. It does have the vanishing thing.
Yeah, it's tasteful. On theme.
Okay, I'll consider that.
All right, I'm going to Hearth.
Need some red or yellow. Yeah, I mean, if you know a graphic artist who can make red or yellow text, then by all means shoot me a note. my editing that is pushing beyond the boundaries of my editing skills. In order to fade the warrior out, I had to take the picture, and then I had to try to take a picture from the exact same location as the camera in first person, so that my warrior wasn't in the frame. And it's like a subtly different angle. Anyway, I think because it's a thumbnail, you don't really notice that all the edges don't quite match up. But
yeah, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. I'm not sweating too much, but send you the picture. Without text? Yeah, sure. You're in my Discord, right, Shuffle? All right, send it your way, man. Go nuts. Man, I like the in music here. The Honor Hold is dramatically more cool than Thrallmar.
Not even close.
Dramatically cooler. Poor Hordes.
Hold up.
Holding up.
This is so much better than what I'm wearing right now, and I can craft it immediately.
Oh my god. Craft that thing immediately, sir.
Blessings upon you.
Post haste. Off stream, I'm gonna have to level up my engineering a little bit. I got some bombs and shit to throw around.
Engineering's good. I was reading up on what professions mage should go. And the first one in every single fucking guide is engineering.
Because
like without question. Yeah.
Engineering is the one that gives you like truly unique combat perks. Like things that no
And
other
just
profession
really good
can do.
gear. Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
that
helm
too?
slots are really good. You get there's like an attachment you can put on something in Wrath to give you like 300 plus haste for like 10
Jeez.
seconds or 15 seconds, which is
That
pretty
seems
huge.
good. That seems good.
All right. Made my belt. I'm ready to go.
Okay. I need like
That feels
1
cool.
minute
They cracked it.
to release my bladder. I'll be right back.
Okie dokes.
All right, let's go.
Let's hit it. Let's go
Let's
kill
roll
some
in a
boars.
rock.
Actually, we should probably pit stop south real fast while killing boars to do the sanctified crystals against the Voidwalkers.
Okay. Is that where I don't see it on the map. I'll follow you. Lead the way, sir.
Questy is telling me all I need to know.
As it should. As it would. Food whenever we get to our destination.
Yeah. Hold on. We can do it right now.
Okay. What's going on here? Thank you. Always
Got you.
appreciated. Kill boars on the way.
I think so, yeah. We have smoked this zone, though, which is pretty cool. And we're already level 62.
We're rocking out.
We are rocking out. We're going to be able to go right into Terrakar without question.
paladin nearby? Going by. So what do you think, William? Does the MMO genre need saving?
Oh, back to that video that you had watched?
Yeah.
Probably not.
You don't think so, huh?
No, I don't think so.
Think it's in good shape?
I think we're in a lull right now of releases.
Are we? We had New World last year. Ashes of Creation's coming up.
I guess Ashes is coming up. I just kind of written that one off as never releasing.
Yeah. This sort of have that vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It feels like one of those games that will just never release, like Star Citizen, but MMO.
Yeah. That's the problem with
maybe
having,
that's not true.
Like substantive updates for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, it's like a boy cry wolf kind of vibe.
Yeah, well, it makes you wonder if that kind of like marketing model is actually beneficial. Like they're a small studio by and large producing that game.
Well, aren't they partially crowdfunded?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that it's necessary for the crowdfunding aspect.
I suppose you're right. Yeah, they have to give updates, otherwise people get pissed. That's a good point. Didn't think about that aspect. I guess we head back to the right a bit.
Well, why do players think the MMO genre needs saving? Because I hear that a lot.
Do you really?
The MMOs are fucked. Well, it's a very popular conversation online on Reddit. Go to r/MMORPG, watch any MMO content creator. Everyone remembers the way these games were back in the day, man. Everyone remembers that. And what it is now seems strange by comparison. You don't think so, huh?
I mean, yeah, there are differences. Technology has progressed. Systems and games have evolved substantially in some cases.
Well, the RNG on this purification of the meat is not very good.
No, it's not good. I need one more still, and I've needed one more for a little bit.
I still need 4, dude.
Holy shit. You've had terrible, terrible luck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, it doesn't need saving if you're a certain kind of player, I think. Like, if you're like a major achiever kind of gamer, then the genre actually has evolved into exactly what you want.
There's so many options for that type of player.
Yeah, it's a game. It's a genre that's giving you lots of grinding, lots of things to do, things to worry about on your character sheet. So if you're that kind of gamer, then it's actually the best it's ever been.
Is this where you're turning?
Swing slam. He's targeting you. Where is he?
Oh, I'm done with that quest, thank God. Maybe I can give you my tainted meat if I have to loot anymore.
Run towards him and see what he does. He fucks up.
Targeting you now, running away. Yeah.
He's playing defensively. There's another warrior nearby. God, this add-on's good. I gotta turn off the audio alert though. That's annoying.
Oh my God, after doing that quest, I get the quest for the buzzards. Oh, the buzzard quest sucks really, really bad.
You like buzzards, huh?
No, we might actually want to pass that one. Unless we feel like spending a lot of time on it.
What? Wow, I missed this guy twice. That's crazy.
Big whiffs.
Yeah.
Big whiffs. I mean, it is an interesting question.
I think it is.
About it.
And because there's a popular perception among people who are active online that it does need saving, that it is something lesser than it used to be. But whatever, who cares?
I'm like,
you clearly don't care. Are you happy with the way MMOs are today? Let's put it that way, maybe. Are you happy? Are you satisfied?
You know, I haven't had one come out recently that has really, like, scratched the proverbial itch, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't know if I... Well, maybe. The word problem implies that there's something wrong with the games themselves.
Right. Right.
And, you know, this is going to be... I'm going to try not to generalize this too much. I want to do this.
We need to kill these things again? All right.
Yeah. All right, where's the crystal? Do we use the crystal? Can't do that yet. We have to hurt them a little bit. Oh, didn't mean to kill it.
Oh, do we need to get low in health and then do something?
Yeah, near death. So let me just hit it once and see what happens.
I don't have anything to do to it. What is it you're doing?
It's the sanctified crystal of an uncontrolled Voidwalker. Oh, they have to be powered up by the thing. By the
Unleash the crystal's magic.
Okay, There it goes. Alright, come here and grab this crystal over here. Or I'm gonna grab it. Maybe we can only do one at a time.
I picked it up. You did it.
Back to my... Yeah, we did it. We did it. All
right.
Let's get you more boar meat.
I need...
You can at least turn that one in and we can leave. Then we can leave this area.
Three more.
Back to that train of thought.
Yes.
Saying that this problem implies that there's problems with the games themselves. And first caveat to how maybe my argument that I'm going to make is that I think there's a lot of intentionality behind game designs of MMOs to be successful, for them to be successful and to be able to sustain themselves. Right, so there's a business requirement that the game be successful, and there's a lot of intentionality behind decision making when it goes into game design for that reason.
Yeah.
So,
and what is it that they're trying to do? What's the intention? Do you think? Fuck, I'm out of whiskey. Jesus.
Yeah. That's a problem.
Anyway,
I think
go on.
The most expedient and maybe the most straightforward way for a game to show success is continued player base that plays over long period of time, puts hundreds of hours into a game, and then also spends money because they're invested in the game. So more time, typically.
More
gamers, longer gaming session. You know, for not for necessarily like a session.
Longer, but harder, longer, and more endurance.
Yeah, like they get hooked onto it for
longer. So so hours played. Hours played.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think that's probably the first KPI, if there is one, right? They'll probably look at. Probably, of course, how long a given session is and how long. But that aside, we can probably go really nuanced in that discussion. So that's the caveat to my whole premise.
And do you believe that that is a worthy thing to strive for? Hours played?
I mean,
in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think it's the most straightforward means of business success for a game.
So, you're not telling me what you think. You're telling me what you think companies think.
No. I'm just using that.
That's the vibe that I'm getting.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just using that to paint context to what I think. You know, going back to the statement when you say there's a problem with the MMOs. It's implying that there's a problem with the specific games that are releasing themselves. And I wanted to provide that context because TLDR of my whole idea of that is that I don't actually think there's a problems with games. I think we had, when MMOs were new, it was an age of lack thereof internet, right? It was brand new. The amount of information available was low. Communication was done through Ventrilo and Instant Messenger. But
we were
now
still
we
before
have
the communications age.
Yeah, we were still before the communications age, and now we're not.
Hey,
and the amount of information is outrageous.
Yeah.
And in order to,
I think
there's some rose-colored glass. Oh, sweet. I think there's some rose-colored glasses syndrome going on, right? Because when we first played these games, there was a lack of information about all of them. You had to really dig and talk to people to get the information that you needed on how to do things, which then required you to communicate socially in order to do so. But now we live in an age of Discord and big information, and games have evolved and changed from a system standpoint accordingly to take into account that that will exist. So if that's going to exist, and gamers are going to go use the information on the internet that other people have dug up for them or found out.
Where are we going?
We're going to drive.
Oh, we should turn in hellbores. All right, I need to turn it in.
Yeah, you need to turn in hellbores.
Yeah. Go on.
Because of that, we'll kill this. Game developers have had to pick another thing to help sustain their games because they can't rely upon the hidden mystery and social aspect that players are going to use, because they're not going to use that to solve problems or unknowns in the game anymore, unlike they may have.
They're not going to use the hidden mystery to solve problems? What?
No, they're not going to solve problems that they can't figure out. They're going to just go on and Google it, right? They're not going to ask another player how to do something.
I still remember when we were doing that thing in the Destiny raid. Like, we got to that room and you just fucking alt-tabbed and Googled it before I could even think. It was so good.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great example of it, right? I fell victim to it.
No.
To it. I mean, I think it's just
there's PvP around here.
There's
a couple shamans and a druid left, looks like.
And using that as an example, we commented on how novel of an idea that was, right? But when we first played these games, what Bungie did with kind of that puzzle, right? How cool that is. And I think we even asked, why there weren't more of those in other games, or why we didn't see that more frequently.
I think that when we said that, we were talking about the dungeon that we did. Grasp of Avarice.
So you might be right.
Yeah. Anyway, where to next?
Temple of Telhamat.
Oh, okay. Let's go back.
And we can kill stone scythe whelps to our west, it looks like.
Yeah, you wanna go through them?
Yeah, let's do that.
I kind of want to try to do Pools of Aggonar tonight.
We can do that.
I don't know if we have time for that.
Maybe we'll do this and then we'll go roll up and do pools.
Cool, man. All right, so continue constructing the edifice that is your brilliant argument.
I wouldn't say it's brilliant, but with the changing environment that all these games live in, and the information that the players now have available, I remember in Wrath and End of BC, things I didn't know. For the things that I didn't know, I had to ask people to figure them out, which necessitated and drove me to interact with people. And
where's Mancrick's wife?
Yeah, exactly. That sort of shit. I mean, that's the meme, right? But no, that just doesn't exist anymore. The need for that doesn't exist, and players just don't do it because they grew up with the internet. Simple discovery of simple information
has been systematized so that it no longer requires moment-to-moment socializing to do.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, or at least an aspect of it. So games can't rely upon that socializing to sustain themselves, or to sustain, that the player base that might like social interactions, I suppose. So they have to look to something else. I had another thought that went along with that.
I kind of want to push back on it a little bit, but I want to hear the rest of your thought first.
And then, to couple that, we have new communication tools available, right? And communicating in game is not used frequently, at least in MMOs, I would think, or at least in my observations. In-game communications are rarely used for games like this. It's all done outside of the platform,
like a Discord or.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and all of that's very communitized, though. And by communitized, I mean it's very segregated. Like, you have to know to be a part of something to get into it. So
Yeah.
when you just jump in to play this game by yourself,
It's not
if
a
you're not part
browsing
of those
experience.
it's not a browsing experience. So if you just jump in to play this game, well, let's look at
You aren't going to
WoW.
run into a community Discord by playing the game.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not going to be able to party up easily because nobody's using the in-game communication system. So what does Blizzard do? They build an LFG tool that allows you to find a group in the game without really communicating. They pair you up because they recognize that as a solo player who's not part of those communities outside of the game, how else are they going to have that experience? So they have to allow for it somehow.
But hang on,
that, again-
hang on. That feature came around a long time before tools like Discord were anywhere close to existing. That predates Discord by 10 years.
Sure, but I mean, it also came out after Wrath.
Are you done with these guys? I'm done with them.
Are we? Yeah, we're.
Stone
now we
side
need to kill
whelps are what we need
whelps.
next.
Yeah, the whelps, the small ones.
The
I mean,
Great
even if it's
Fisher.
predating it 10 years, I mean, that was just at the start of, like, what was the other big thing that everybody used? Teams. Not Ventrilo. It was like the precursor to Discord. TeamSpeak, excuse me.
Yeah, TeamSpeak was sort of the. I think TeamSpeak had an even more narrow audience because basically, in order to make use of it, you had to be someone who's willing to sit in a chat channel. I know there were other features to it, but that was the core experience.
Yeah, I mean,
I always
maybe it's
dislike that because I don't like logging into a video game and sitting in a chat in an open voice channel for hours on hours.
yeah, I was never a big fan of those platforms.
I think most people aren't.
And maybe it's a bit of a stretch to say that is what necessitated the LFG tool, but it's certainly exacerbated the need for it in the modern day. Which is why we're not going to see. Well, I mean, we are seeing an MMO Blizzard's re-releasing Classic without LFG tools, but
Yeah, man.
everybody uses outside
Even with Discord
services
existing.
for that communication. Maybe it's poised for a comeback.
So your argument, let me just see if I got it right. Your argument is that essentially the internet was eating MMO's lunches in terms of social capacity, and it was making the social avenues of the MMO ghost towns. And because they were ghost towns, there was a need to automate the functions of what used to be those people socializing. Is that
Ghost towns might be a little harsh, but I think it certainly influenced to a large extent the direction that game developers went down.
That's a little
Like,
vague.
no, like they started removing the social aspects from their games.
Because people
over
weren't
time.
socializing in the game.
Yes. And I think it wasn't all at once, right? That
Sort of a
occurred
chicken and
over-
the egg kind of thing, huh? You're saying the
maybe a
chicken
little bit.
came first. I'm saying the egg came. My sense is that the egg came first.
That games removed them, and then social systems evolved outside of
Yeah,
games to
yeah.
accommodate.
I think I think it's more of a situation where a requirement to socialize, to engage in basic gameplay experiences, screens people out, man. It screens people out because socializing is not something that everyone's going to want to do. It requires effort, and I think that I have another sense that I think that tools like Dungeon Finder were always things that the Blizzard team wanted to do, but it wasn't a must-have. It wasn't an MVP part. It wasn't part of the minimum viable product. And so they just waited until it was time to do it, and they're like, oh yeah, like look at this thing. You don't have to spam looking for a tank in cities for thousands of
So, like,
hours.
So like more of a technical scoping issue. Like they weren't ready to release it when Classic GPC was around, and then Wrath rolled around, and then maybe they were.
I think that the accessibility of a feature like that is so tangible. Like it is so easy to understand what is good about it, and it's really hard to understand what's bad about it. You know?
No, it's probably true to that too. Is there bad to it though? I mean, it does remove some social aspects.
Yeah, well,
but
I think what's bad about it is it turns the people you play with into bots. You treat them as sort of, you know, autonomous, you know, healers or tanks or DPS or whatever. But because you don't have to talk to them, they're not really like people, are they? They're just, and especially when you add in the whole cross-realm stuff. So when you're being match made cross-realm automatically without speaking, like not only do you not have to communicate, but you don't even know any of the names. Like you never see the same person twice, really.
Yeah.
And like familiarity is shared experience with individuals is what creates connections. And it's sort of a question of, is the point of MMOs to be like, is the social component of MMOs actually what they're about, or are they about something more subtle?
It's fair. I'm gonna have a follow-up question then.
My basic thought is here, and I want to hear what you have to say, is that socializing in MMOs has become a hardcore activity over time. I guess that's it. Go ahead.
No, I'm thinking on that. So Blizzard obviously was the first game, I think, to implement some sort of like LFG tool, right?
I don't know if they were actually. I mean, there are games that had matchmaking outside the MMO context before that, I'm certain.
Yeah, no, I imagine you're right. But World of Warcraft was the biggest game in the MMO realm at the time. So once they did it, do you think everything following that had to do it as well?
I mean, everyone copied WoW, so yeah. And yeah. Also, I mean, I don't think most other MMOs had enough players to actually effectively use a tool like that. I think WoW is kind of unique in that.
Yeah, it's still the biggest by a wide margin. Well, maybe not anymore. Final Fantasy 14 is big, I guess.
I don't know if Final Fantasy is actually bigger. I think that it has a bigger, like, plugged-in hardcore scene, or at least a more vocal hardcore scene.
That's for sure.
But I don't know if they're actually bigger.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I believe the story there.
The hype. Yeah.
Yeah, I think people underestimate how many people there are that quietly enjoy World of Warcraft.
I mean, after this long, though, these companies must have an idea if those tools are successful or not. Those systems are bringing them success. There has to be that level of intentionality and forethought, or look back into them, right?
I mean, of course. What's the alternative to intentionality? Like, I don't disagree with you, but I also don't understand why it's important.
The alternative to intentionality is ignorance. Like, are some of these things are evolving into games out of ignorance?
No. Those are not mutually exclusive at all, man. Man, this debuff is fucking rough. Holy shit.
Oh, hold on.
It's like 100 HP per tick. It's a magic thing. Can you anti-magic me?
I don't think so. God. I can amplify magic. Is that what you're looking
that
for?
Seems like a bad idea. It'll fade in 20 seconds. I'll be okay.
I don't think I remember this debuff though here.
Let me kill one more here.
So you would be more in the camp of misplaced intentionality.
No, I don't think it's misplaced at all. I just think it achieves a certain thing.
Okay.
Like it sacrificed like I was saying before, that it achieves a clear, tangible good at the cost of a much less tangible bad.
Okay, no, I buy that. I agree. I'm of the same thinking. There's costs and pros and cons to all of it. There's a cost and a benefit to those systems existing.
My sense of it is that most people who say, what else do we need to do here?
Kill the demons that are a little bit further back. I think
terror fiends.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Woof. Woof. Woof.
I'm gonna just pull a few.
Yeah, that's okay. Sure, you can take him.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, it's an AoE. I understand. I actually can't do it. That sucks.
PvP, maybe?
Control priest. I am a little low on mana.
It's not a good place to PvP. It's way too easy to fuck with people here.
Yeah.
Not to say they won't, though.
He turns around.
Jindalar.
I guess the other piece to my thought is, and this is, I'm going to post this in question form first, tease out what you think about it. Would MMOs be more successful? Would they have more players? Let's just say amount of players, like sustained players. Would they have more of that if these systems like just went away? Like if the LFG tool just were to not exist, and they were to design around that accordingly?
No, I'm sure they'd have fewer players.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because that's a choice that excludes people. So
Yeah.
what you're doing is saying our game is for these people, not these people.
Yeah.
When you do that. And are we discussing the video title? Yeah, actually, sort of. I just posed it to Will if MMOs need saving. He seems to be quite the apologist for the current state of MMOs. Actually,
I don't know if apologist is the right word. I just think I'm
love the trade or hate the treason, man.
Yeah,
I don't mean it as a bad thing. It's just
no. I don't know. I just don't think I have any misplaced ideals about what something used to be like 12 years ago when I played it as a kid.
You're
more than 12 years ago.
You're disabused of your illusions, huh?
Yeah, I suppose. Maybe to some extent.
Unlike these foolish man children posting on Reddit.
I will say, and I had this conversation with Carly not that long ago, I'm just not very nostalgic in general. So,
yes.
So that's just a personality component.
Yes, I believe that. Your emotionality, at least as you wear it, is low, and you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm basically.
You often in conversations like these appeal to pragmatism. Like it's something. It's kind of one of your go-tos. So I totally believe that. Yeah. Whereas I tend to be. I think it's a reflection of that volatility measure, actually.
Maybe. Huh? Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, because you're extremely unlikely to use an emotion to determine how to respond to something, or at least to display emotion.
Yeah,
I think we all are emotionally driven fundamentally in some ways, but
yeah, no, I agree with that.
But you were like, and that's why I was sort of ribbing you earlier. It's like, okay, so you've told me what companies think. What do you think? You know?
Yeah.
Because the question posed is, do MMOs need saving?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, the more pragmatic answer in me is no. If we think removal of what everybody comments on as being bad would cause there to be less players in the game.
Okay, so you're drilling in specifically to one specific one dimension of the like the argument that the MMO savers make, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm not necessarily trying to drill into that. It's okay to. It's not bad or anything, but you can also address the question more broadly if you wish.
Oh, like what aspects of it? Like just in from are the games good?
Well, I
sort
mean,
of
like,
question.
So, like there's a certain morality to making a lot of money. Like things that make a lot of money are things that people highly value. Like that's not it's not really a bad thing. And I think the idea that games that are sold to be part of a business is it being bad is sort of like a 12-year-old point of view. But it's like welcome to the world. Like it's a part of how our societies are organized. Like money is not.
Plenty of adults make it though.
Yeah, well, I mean,
just read it all. I mean, it's all over the internet.
Yeah, I'm not.
Plenty of people disagree with it, of course, but
I don't disagree with you.
It's not. It's neither here nor there, really, for the argument, though. At least for us, I think we're past that aspect, probably.
Well, if you lived in Star Trek, then we'd be in a post-money society, and it would be a problem we'd have to deal with.
Yeah.
These people all want to be a federation of princes.
There's quite a philosophical economic discussion around that, which we don't need to get into right now.
Yeah, that's perhaps overly broad, but like, I don't know. Like for me, where I start with MMOs is like, it's admittedly selfish. It's admittedly selfish. It's like I think the thing that distinguishes MMOs is the social component. Because you can play Dark Souls, or you can play Valorant, or League of Legends,
some other first-person RPG or single-player RPG.
There are many games that do all the things that seem to be getting more in the front seat of the experience, as good or better.
And what she just said. Oh, sorry, continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, I was just gonna add that. And it seems strange that the thing that actually makes them unique qualitatively is often the thing that seems to be the most minimized. Anyway, what were you going to say?
Just so I don't forget, because this is directly related, did you watch that Josh Dreyfus clip, the minute one?
I actually didn't. I didn't. Oh, this guy's up.
Yeah, this guy is up. We need to kill him,
shit.
And there's a 61 shaman here. I think we go for it and see what happens.
Okay. Fine.
Can we kill it with the two of us?
I don't think so, man.
I bet you this shaman jumps in. If he jumps in to kill it, we could be fine.
Oh, man. I don't know.
I'm trying to remember how this went last time we did this.
It did not go well, man. He's fucked us. He fucked us.
Did he? I wonder if we can kite him. Yeah. You got the right of it right there. You problem solving.
Yeah. Socializing. Gasp.
Yeah, but that 1 minute clip, Josh Dreyfus was commenting on it was a very short clip of what he liked about the Old Republic.
Yeah.
And he basically said that he likes it and enjoyed it because it's basically like a big RPG game that he can play by himself, but has social aspects sprinkled in through it. But it's not the primary; it's the secondary.
There's a real truth to that, man.
Yeah,
there's a real truth to that, dude.
It kind of highlighted his whole ideas, right, from a video standpoint of what he was valuing or what he values.
Was he saying that is the main thing that he cares about, or was he just saying that that's what he thinks is good about SWTOR?
That's what he said he cares about.
Like in general, outside of SWTOR, or just for SWTOR?
He was commenting about SWTOR specifically, but he made this, and again, it was a short clip, just a minute, but it seemed like he was making that statement, that you could apply that statement outside of it as well.
Okay. Mistress of Doom. Mistress of Doom. In the clip, he was only referring to SWTOR. Yeah.
There's a mage here. Is he going to help us?
I see. Why would he
What are
help
they-
us?
I don't know. You get some weird, like, Horde alliance interactions around big bosses like this sometimes.
You want to pull and risk it, man.
I'm tempted to.
I know you are. Oh no, he's gonna get the tap. Oh, are you gonna get it?
It doesn't matter. They can all get it.
Well, do we all get credit? I don't think it's how it works, man.
Is it not?
I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I tried to ice block. I failed. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's not how credit works. I'm so used to retail.
Yeah, that's
we
a
would all
retail
split
thing,
credit.
man.
Yeah, we'd
Retail
all split
brain.
credit. Kai, you only think he was referring to SWTOR? Well, while I'm running back, let's listen to it again. Oh god, this is such a cool run.
There's no way, man.
Yeah,
He
we're
just
gonna
let us
have to do
die.
this
I
without
thought it
Hulk.
was gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're a little keyed up tonight, man.
Maybe.
No, you are, dude. You're a little keyed up. Not bad. Just noticing.
I feel good. I
Yeah.
had a
you're
relatively
like,
enjoyable evening.
You're spitting nails, dude.
I had a
I
good
love
evening.
it.
Made a
What's-
bomb dinner. Oh my
Mhm.
god. You know, I've been making some bomb things recently. Tonight, though, while simple, I smoked a pork shoulder and a Traeger for like 7 hours today.
Mm.
Did pulled pork sandwiches with a homemade coleslaw. More of
God
a,
damn,
like,
son.
and we served that with some just sweet corn. That was it. And it was so good.
That does sound amazing. That does sound amazing. Maybe
Can
Will's
you get
more
through that
context
way?
if he watches Josh regularly, but within that video, it seemed to be in defense of SWTOR type thing as opposed to in defense of MMOs type thing. Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of
no,
what I was
I-
expecting to hear.
No, it was in defense of SWTOR specifically, but I think
Yeah.
it still highlighted his ideas on what he values from a review standpoint.
Okay.
No, in fact, I just listened to the first 10 seconds of it. He said, when I find games that focus on the RPG aspects, I'm super, super happy. Specifically commenting on MMOs.
Didn't he say that SWTOR was because of the story stuff? Sorry, maybe I misunderstood what.
He said SWTOR was good because of the story stuff and the RPG aspects. And basically, the social aspects sprinkled in are just kind of like the cherry on top for him. But it's
I'm
the
gonna have to watch the video, man, because I feel like I'm hearing two different things from you. I'm confused.
I don't mean to be. You should watch it on your corpse run. It's a minute.
Okay, fine. Gotta press buttons to make it show up on the stream, but fine, I'll do it.
Oh, that's right. You should show it on the stream.
I actually enjoy it. Yeah, I'm not just gonna like. Hang on, come back here and let me put you on follow.
Oh yeah, I'm running. Slowly. Well, that was a terrible idea to try to attack that mob.
No shit. I'm so surprised you were so gung ho.
I was like, we got this. We're just big beefy 62s
Absolutely.
with our MC gear.
And with your brain in the old retail targeting, like what the hell?
Oh
Man?
god, I know.
All right, we're gonna watch this.
We can see it on stream. We can't hear it on stream. Just an FYI.
Let me fix that.
I think that an MMORPG often focuses too much on the MMO bit and not enough on the RPG bit, which is why when I find games that do focus on RPGs, I'm super duper happy. So, Guild Wars 1 is an RPG. Old school RuneScape is effectively an RPG as well. Things that put the roleplay of your character and the quests, the storylines, the world, the fantasy, the people, that kind of stuff first. I love it when you put it first. So to me, what this is an RPG that happens to be online. And I like that a lot. It's an RPG that's online. And I can get on board with that. Now, people are going to say to me, Josh, did you know that you can open the galaxy map by just clicking on the galaxy map icon? I did know that, but I like the roleplay element of getting onto my ship, running up to the front, and then moving from here. I like this bit. Level 16 to 20, let's do it. I don't need to... and now I'll actually watch it as it turns and flies away. I think that's really cool. Look at that. Ludicrous speed. That's what we've got. Immersion.
I get it. So when he talks about RPGs, he's talking about like the Horde. He's killing it now.
Yes, 170.
Okay.
Mage. I think he died actually.
Oh.
He just rezzed and came back.
Okay.
We're gonna want to stay away from that like nobody's business. I'm gonna try to res and not die.
Correct. And not get ganked.
Not get ganked, yeah.
The way I interpret it was that he likes to find games like that because they are usually unusual within the genre. So a game that puts RPG first. So he talked about the role-playing and the story and the world. The role-playing and the story. He invoked Guild Wars 1, which I'm familiar with, and RuneScape, which I'm not. Guild Wars 1... There's not a lot of role-playing in Guild Wars, but there is a lot of story and world exploration to be done.
Yeah.
So, like, I think of like an online KOTOR, like a SWOTOR, it probably has a lot more role-playing capability to it. And he also showed that off by saying he doesn't use the UI button. He runs up to the front of his ship, which is something I totally relate to. I like the role-playing aspect of these games, too. I guess I wonder what he thinks other games do. Like, how would he describe what SWOTOR is not prioritizing? Is kind of where I'm a little confused, because part of me also uses the term RPG to describe games that are about item grinds, like Diablo. And I don't think that's what he's describing when he
I think he's describing more of a true RPG with like self-character development. Like you can weave a story for your own character and place in the world.
So is Diablo not a true RPG?
I guess I'm not. I won't lie. I'm not as familiar with Diablo from a story standpoint, but does it feel like you have a narrative that's tied to your character that you're building as you play the game? And whether that's through spoon-fed stories that a campaign gives you, or whether or not that's through some other.
There are some Alliance people doing this now. Maybe they'll help us.
Maybe we can ask them. Yeah. I'll take that as a no. Yeah, I mean, to your question, I'm not familiar enough to Diablo, but I guess a little bit, I suppose.
Do you understand why I'm posing the question?
Yeah, to see if are you trying to tease out?
I'm trying to coalesce
things that he values.
I'm trying to clarify in my mind what an RPG is, to get you, me, and Josh all on the same page. What he means when he says that, because I think that what I've seen in SWOTOR is harmonious with what he's observed, and I think he makes a good point to say it's okay to enjoy the best of what a game is, whatever that is, and he enjoys what that does. He's seen clearly there. I'm just interested in the idea of invoking the RPG as the explanation, because I think RPG is sort of like a little bit of a Rorschach, like. Almost everyone sees something different when they hear the word RPG. All right, let's get out of here. I'll throw out an LFM. We'll see if anyone wants to join. Maybe we can do it. But
yeah,
he might have to like go do a blood furnace and have everyone come up here after or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna promote you to leader because you just posted it.
All right.
I think to the question of kind of what he means by RPG, my read, especially if it's relating to the SWTOR, is like being able to, like I said, build a story and a narrative around your character through interactions you have with the world and like spoon-fed story arcs in the game itself. And that game
So like
does that very
dialogue
well.
interactions, or like what kinds of interactions?
Yeah, dialogue interactions, general world feel when you go into settlements and things like that. You know,
How do you
go to
role play
cities.
via world feel? What is it? What does that mean?
Like Josh
sounds-
said, like when he gets into a ship, instead of going to the UI to go to the galaxy map, he sits down at this terminal and at this ship
Sure,
and watches it go
sure.
into hyperspace.
Sure. So the physical interactions, the physical actions that your character takes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I buy it. Should we go back to the temple?
Yeah, let's do the temple. Now, the reason I brought that up, because we were discussing what you prioritize in a game, or what you would like to prioritize in a game from selfishly, right? Like what aspects do you most value?
Right.
And I think your number one is probably social interactions that you possibly have with
Should
other
we
players.
kill this warrior?
There's just a 70 that drove by. Let's see if I can hit him. No, he's faster. How's he faster?
Probably has an epic mount.
Yeah, he does have an epic mount.
No. No.
And
Geared
what I thought
61
that
Rogue LFG ramps, bringing in that sweet AQ gear into Ramparts. Love it.
super important for Ramparts.
Go on.
And I was bringing that because that clip to me, because Josh also made some sweeping statements at the start and at the end as he related to other games, and then he made the statement when he sees that in games, he really likes to see that, which kind of tells me that he values that aspect of a game pretty highly, enough so that he decided to post a 1-minute clip about why he liked Star Wars: The Old Republic. And
I think that
Hang
an MMORPG
I'm gonna listen to that one more time.
I think that an MMORPG often focuses too much on the MMO bit and not enough on the RPG bit, which is
So that's the key distinction. That it focuses too much on the MMO bit and not enough on the RPG bit. So I wonder what he means when he says the MMO bit. That seems like it means something very distinct to him. I wonder what that is. So yeah, that's sort of the answer to the question I posed earlier. Is when he says that this is more vanilla and less chocolate. Like what is chocolate? What does that mean? So more on the MMO bit. I mean, we can sort of infer, I guess, but
yeah, my inference was the MMO bit are the aspects that aren't RPG related. So, including the social bit. No. So specifically, I think I mean, in my
a
mind,
little bit of an
it's something-
algebraic definition there.
Yeah, no, I think the primary in an MMORPG, the primary element outside of the RPG element, the self-character role-playing, is the social capacity, is the social aspect of the game. I
What
mean,
about
he could mean
grind?
something different.
Where does grind come in, fit into all this?
I suppose. I mean, it's kind of a. Does it fit into any of it?
Hell yes, dude. Grind is an expected part of MMORPGs. So
Yeah, it
is the grind
It's
is it part of the MMO or is it part of the RPG? And that's why I brought in the Diablo example.
yeah. No,
Diablo's a
grind
grinder.
is. Yeah, I think grind is part of an RPG experience because you get that in plenty of single-player RPGs. Especially JRPGs like Dragon Quest series.
Is SWTOR
Lots of
grindy?
No.
I don't think
No, it's not.
that's what he was
Like a
describing. I think to him, the grind is part of the MMO classification.
That could be.
Which, as someone, and which is interesting to me. Like that tells me something. Those cowardly orcs. He was unarmed. How could they? Leave me be. I wish to be alone with my thoughts. So no follow-up quest then, huh? No,
next
no,
to
the
him. You get it.
orcs must pay. Makaru's revenge. Sedai was like a brother to Makaru. We owe him our lives and our rent. They call Makaru crazy, but the Omenai are not going to do anything about his death, and they're the crazy ones. Makuru doesn't have much to call his own in this world, but he will give you his only possession if you avenge Sedai. I've seen the brown orc Magar grunts before, up in the hills to the northeast. They hate us. They don't deserve our mercy. Go, avenge Sedai. Bring me their ancestral beads as proof. Bring me their bowls. Cool.
Dark shit.
Cool.
The Legion's end draws near. Remain vigilant.
And I bring that up because I actually don't agree with. I don't disagree with Josh in that snip. And I have similar takeaways and value very similar things. So I'm actually relatively aligned with them, for the record.
Regarding his SWTOR opinion?
Yeah, regarding his SWTOR opinion and then the other examples that he brought into.
So what does it tell you, Deeg? Don't leave me hanging, man. Well, I'm asking myself, what are like the pillars of MMORPGs that are included in what he describes an RPG to be? He literally described role-playing, the world, and the narrative are the three things he described, which is all stuff you get out of playing KOTOR. So that makes sense to me. It's like an online KOTOR, which is actually a pretty cool thing to have in the world, a pretty cool thing to have exist. And it's interesting because I kind of ask myself, am I opposed to this? Like, am I opposed to that? So to answer that, I need to know what's in the opposite bucket. And that's why I was asking about Diablo, because it seems like grind is not really part of what KOTOR or an online KOTOR would need to look like. It's not something that he brought up. Socializing, yes, okay, I'm like pro socializing, but I'm not necessarily pro grind. So what are the MMO components? What are the MMO components? Like, I wish he said that. It tells me that Josh would like playing on an RP PvP server just like me. That's what it tells me. Is Brianna telling me to shut up? Yes, she is.
Probably.
Yes, she is. I'm gonna go relieve my bladder, and then I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
Remember the lessons of the past.
Okay, so I had some more thoughts. He being Wheel or Josh Triface. I was thinking of Josh Triface guy. So I have some continuing thoughts. So
Sorry, I'm back.
shit, just cleared my head a second ago. I suspect that when Josh talks about the MMO components, he's talking about things like MMR. He's talking about things like grinding out gear. He's talking about things like this sort of treadmill that we must climb is what he's talking about. The repetitive component of MMOs, the daily quests, the achievements, that kind of stuff. I think that's what he's talking about it's content that soothes sort of the achiever archetype, or potentially a killer archetype. But typically, the achievers are the ones who get the most content. He's sort of putting the social component to the side. I think he's not kind of including that in the binary of the MMO versus the RPG, as far as I can tell, which is interesting.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah. But what he's describing is also the thing that I've come to prize over time. And I too, like the ephemera of achievements, of gear, of stuff like that has interested me less and less as the years go on. Like I don't even know what the BIS list looks like for my warrior for this expansion or the next. And I won't probably. I probably won't look it up. Because that kind of stuff is secondary for me. Tertiary even. It's so far behind. And I'm also not worried about being maximally efficient with my questing path. We're not following any kind of guides here. We're just being in the world, experiencing it as it arrives to us. Do we have an individual story we're role playing? I don't know about that, but like we are part of many stories, and I do feel like my character and me representing him has sort of a unique, hopefully a unique sort of presence within the game world. So yeah, I vibe with Josh. Josh is a smart dude. I really have been, lately, especially been admiring him more and more. I think something happened in his life where like he's sort of I've seen more positive content from him lately than I have in like the last year.
Yeah. No, you're
I wonder
totally
if the
right.
dude like got laid or something.
God, maybe.
Something nice happened to this guy, like an ice cream truck set up shop across the street. I don't know.
Well, the world's just going right for him currently.
Yeah.
People tend to be more positive when just everything's going well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really true. You've done well, Deeg. It seems the containment crystal is holding for now, but how long it will last remains a mystery. We'll keep an eye on it and prepare more of the crystal in the meantime.
Remain vigilant.
All right, babe. All right. All right.
What time we got? 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. You want to go back to Aggonar and do these Maghar beats? And
So the Maghar beats are west of Aggonar, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I still want to kill that fucking guy.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Because we get that trinket that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, these are really good. Yours just improves crit rating by 26 and attack power by 200. Like
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. It's like an Earth Strike and a Black Hand's Breath combined. It's good. It's good.
Here's a 62 Orc Hunter.
Want to fuck him up?
Now let's go do prayer beads, ancestral beads.
Okay. This land is so lumpy.
Yeah.
The way that they design mountains in this game, at least at this stage, like they need more different textures on them.
Yeah, they kind of really do.
Big lumps.
Well, they're just stretched textures,
Yeah.
right? Because that's
Yeah.
what they really are.
Yeah.
They just they clicked a point and then hit the mouse wheel up. It's
It's
kind
actually
of what
like-
it feels like.
kind of astonishingly low effort.
Yeah. Ooh, this is actually quite a few. these orcs red? They don't. Oh, maybe they are.
They look like they're horde orcs.
They do look like they're horde orcs. Oh, did I just pull? Of course I did.
Netted.
Oh, that doesn't disappear. Of course it doesn't. Why can't tonight be Thursday? And why can't tomorrow be Friday?
It's a good question. It's a good question, man.
I mean, I know the answer, but it's unfortunate.
What's the answer?
Well, if today was Thursday, it'd actually be Thursday.
Shit, you're right. And Victory Rush makes playing Living with Warriors so much more bearable. Holy shit.
How often does it proc? Or is it a health bar?
Every killing blow. So it only works...
Because you get the health regen, right? Or is it a heal?
Yeah, it's a self-heal. Instant free ability that procs for 30 seconds whenever you get a killing blow on an enemy.
It's pretty sick.
Zero complaints. Except I don't get the killing blow.
Execute.
Yeah, exactly. It chains well with execute. That is accurate. And people are bitching each other out in guild chat. Holy shit.
I kind of stopped reading it. I don't even know what they're talking about. You're the one crying. Get over it. We're such adults.
Yeah, man. So, Deeg, do I think the MMO genre needs saving? Fuck. I thought we were going to talk about what Will thought. Fuck.
It's a tough one.
What do I think?
Let's pull a lot. Here, hold on. I give you...
I think for me it might. Not for everyone, but for me it might. But also, like, I think that it's trying to be saved as we speak. So, in that sense, like, the people are already on the job. People with a lot of money are already on the job. I tend to see things like this in cyclical terms. So what'll happen is you'll have something become highly successful, become broadly adopted, and everyone's just intoxicated by it for a long time. And then the thing will need to improve and try to expand, and over time, they'll sort of lose touch with that sort of essence of what the thing was. And then over time, like, they'll kind of figure it out, they'll work on a way to improve it, or the thing will die and make way for whatever the next thing is. And there's just sort of a cycle that happens. I think that in the, like, the late 2000s and the early 2010s, MMOs went through a phase where everyone was asking, how can we prevent people from needing to deal with other people in these games? Because it is the main thing that slows people down and prevents the entire world from playing my game. So part of the maturity when it comes to that lies in understanding that everyone will not play your game and trying to actually hone in on, well, who do we want to play our game? I look at a game like Destiny, actually, and it does a fantastic job of defining, I think, who plays their game.
To a fault.
I mean, for me, yes, because it creates a game that's not really that much for me. And that's why... But I also look at, like... And a big part of the reason why I mentioned people are working on it is because they fucking killed Dungeon Finder for Wrath Classic, man. Mm-hmm. That really tells me something. And it's not like they're only me and the dudes on Reddit who are thinking this. Like, it's affecting WoW Classic, dude. That is big time.
Do you think that would even be possible, though, without the success of retail?
Well, it wouldn't exist without the success of retail. I mean, Classic is what retail was.
Yes.
It is interesting to me to see Blizzard being like, actually, we're going to make some changes. Like, because it is not the whole reason that this thing came to be is because they sort of gave in to a community outcry for something that that they didn't believe was actually could be a feasible product, right? And they were fucking wrong. And the Blizzard people are right a lot. And historically, they've been right a lot.
It's a big risk to take, though.
Well, I think at the end of the day, the trick was they found a way to make it a small risk. They created this thing that was just, it's just like, okay, we're using our current engine in the old game, and it's not like...
Yeah,
it's not
they
like
made the cost low enough that it made sense from a risk standpoint.
Yeah, like this isn't actually WoW 1.0, but it's close, and we're not going to make any changes. So that right there highly constrains the cost of the project.
Help me build. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to elaborate, but say more or less the same thing. You jump in, man.
I was going to say, help me then build out this thought that I'm having.
Okay.
If we accept the tenet that Blizzard ultimately moved forward with this because they were able to lessen the risk and then in the end have something be successful because the cost was low enough for them to get into it and actually do it to see that success.
Yeah.
If we look at MMOs more generally, like, are there actually any successful indie or MMOs? That are
no, but I think they're on the way, man.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I think
that's my question was going.
I think we're going to start seeing it, man.
We had a huge wave though in mid 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Huge wave of indie RPGs.
Of RPGs, yeah, yep. And like, you know, the indie apocalypse, all the platformers that kind of emerged. It's a question about access to technology, man, as it always is.
Yeah.
But
cost.
Yeah, and cost. Yeah. But the thing about that is that shit is getting more accessible and cheaper every year. Yeah. Like, and I don't see any reason. I don't see any reason for it to stop. How long will it be until for like 6 figures you can stand up an MMO server architecture and maintain it for that much per year? Once you're there, man, then suddenly like any indie project you want can be an MMORPG. As long as you...
the last 12 years have been gated, though, to your point.
Yeah. It's the server technology is the major thing, and if there can be a way to make that scalable without having to have all that the sunk cost of figuring out the technology yourself, then yeah, we will start seeing indie MMOs. And I think WoW Classic is sort of like the first one in a way.
It's proof of concept, certainly, because Blizzard was able to do it. So it was low enough cost to them, low enough risk for them to actually give it a shot.
Yeah, and they already had the infrastructure, so I'm sure it was relatively trivial to like, okay, we'll put this game on this server. Like,
it certainly explains though why another company didn't do it sooner, right?
Yeah, because it's too expensive. MMOs are the most expensive game to make.
Yeah, and if you do that and it fucking flops,
and
oh man, that's especially to those people.
Yeah. And I think there are a lot of small companies that are making games that do parts of what MMOs do well. Actually, Kai just brought up the Path of Exile guy. Chris Wilson, actually, who I talk about a little bit in my video essay. Interview that you stopped watching the other day. Yeah. He said, and I brought this up in my video essay, that the thing that they did was they constrained their vision of Path of Exile to a game that they could run with a studio of 15 to 20 people, and with 10,000 concurrents. So by constraining their vision to 10,000 concurrents, then they didn't have to make a game for everyone anymore. They can make their game just for people who really fucking love Diablo and want to play it all the time. Which is a specific taste, and it's not for me specifically. But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I think it's just a matter of time. In fact, like what's his name? Nick, the guy who is the head of the Planet Side Forever project. I actually interviewed him on my podcast a couple of years ago. He is working on an indie MMORPG called like Might and Monsters or something like that. Monsters and Magic. It's basically like an indie EverQuest. This shit is starting to happen, I think.
Mm-hmm. I hope so. Certainly hope so.
The thing that will never scale, though, is making content. And that is why games like Path of Exile do well, because their content is multiplicative with the procedurally generated levels and the fact that people are really kind of there for the grind. And their like repetition is sort of part of the formula that everyone's okay with. I don't know what it is, but like I wreck these guys.
Actually, I don't think those are our quest mobs.
I mean, just kill grunts, I guess, right?
Yeah, just
I'm not paying too close of attention, to be honest.
yeah, I'm not either. I mean, I'm a big fan of indie games in general. Oh, not that way.
What's through here? I'm just curious.
That's the next quest, the next Magar area.
All right. Well, I wouldn't want to go somewhere where there's no quest mobs to kill. That would be horrifying.
Nah, that would be suboptimal. Should I interrupt this druid thing? Oh, I'm such a dick.
Let's see how you do. Protect you from the +1. Oh,
wrecked.
He's wrecking you, man.
Yes, you did. Come on.
Saved your ass.
You did save my ass. Oh my god, I'm gonna die to this mob. No!
That's funny.
Just deserves. I would've. Oh! He reincarnated!
Oh shit, are you serious? Oh, he's coming for you, man.
No, he's healing wave up. Wow. Oh, he reincarnated. Just that. Good for him. Good for him. I forgot shamans had reincarnation. He's just gonna ride away in Hearth. He was trying to Hearth away.
Hang on. Not the cat. Just my imagination.
It's the ghost in the house.
I need to get the revive trinket for engineering.
Oh, the shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Perform CPR, you know. I'm running
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Running back.
It's good because I can't revive you.
I can't believe you reincarnated. That's awesome. I totally forgot that was a shaman thing.
Yeah, dude.
Feels good. Feels good.
When I think about that, it gets me pretty excited. The idea that we're going to start seeing indie MMORPGs.
I know. I agree. It makes me excited too. I played so many like small RPGs back in like the mid 2000s, somewhere between 2004 and 2009. A lot. You know, I kind of tried everything that popped up and was sprinkled.
Yeah.
And you know, none of them I really stuck with too long in the end. But it was cool, and that was back then relatively limited technology in order to do that, so they were very small in scale.
Indie games? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I mean, I think that there was a period of time where there were a period of a lot of indie MMOs being built.
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like what?
I mean, the biggest one that comes to mind is Maple Story. That was successful in the early to mid 2000s.
Oh, Maple Story. Shit.
Yeah. Adventure Quest technically falls into that category too.
Really?
Okay. I'm trying to think of some other ones. There are definitely other ones made by very small companies that existed. I mean, some of them still do. Like there are still companies making small ones, but they're not successful.
Yeah, I mean, I even think about games that like Warframe, and where like the studio was like, we want to make a big social game, but we really can't make it an MMO, so they designed their game with procedural tech in mind, you know.
Yep.
And that's one of the great tricks that games like that can use to give you a sense of a world that's bigger than it is.
Yeah.
Which, by the
Actually,
way, I'm hugely
Hunters,
not a fan of. I really, really, really dislike procedural content in video games.
Yeah, it feels like a cheat.
It feels like I'm being consumed by an algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Radiant quests in Skyrim, random levels in video games, they never rise to the level of art, you know? Maybe I just don't want them to rise to the level of art. I'm a humanist, what can I say?
Huh. Are you done with this quest? I'm not yet. I need two more.
I need one more. Another one of those chonky quests, man.
Yeah, it really is a chunky one. What upgrades?
Done.
I need 2 moss. 1 moss. But I'm with you. I would love a indie RPG that caters to exactly what I'm looking for, whatever that might be.
I too would love to be catered to.
Oh, got it. I think.
Like I'd love you to personally deliver some dinner to me, to cater to me.
No,
Whatever you want.
Do something.
Whatever you want. Whenever you talk about food, I'm always like, yes, that's what I want.
I felt like you were just gonna like bonsai right off the edge of this cliff right here.
Look at this view, man. This is cool. This is a cool spot.
Cool. Right, let's kill this hunter and then let's try to drop down somewhere. I think we can drop down here. We're at full health. come here and try healing up. I think we can drop. Oh, you're killing.
I just want to see this view,
kill
man.
him.
I want to see
Oh,
this
okay.
view.
Alright.
Look at that, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Fucking murdered pit fiend.
No one wants to do this quest. I'm bummed. Let's just go down there, see if anyone's rolling
No,
up to
exactly. I agree. Right here.
Can you give us slow fall?
No, I don't.
Isn't
have
that a
any
mage
feathers.
thing?
Yeah,
You-
I need the reagent though in this expansion. Okay, you can live.
You
go
don't
right there.
keep reagents on you? Oh
I
god.
have all the
I'm
portal
fucked.
related.
I missed. I missed.
Oh, you missed. You whipped.
Fuck, dude. No.
Corpse run time.
So should I do a premiere for my video essay? A YouTube premiere?
What's a premiere?
It's when you schedule the publication of a video and people can sit and wait for it to start like a movie.
Oh.
And you're all in a chat, which is just like the stream. And it's like a social experience, like a planned event. Am I
mean,
going to
what's,
discuss it live? I suppose I could. Like I wouldn't be I wouldn't be beyond this, giving some peripheral content about it. If so, then you say yes, but otherwise, no real point. Yeah. So I need to look into how that works, because the really cool thing to do would be to have a premiere and have it chain right into a live stream. That would be the cool thing to do.
That would be pretty cool.
Oh shit! How do I don't know how to get anywhere.
You
My-
just go jump off
my-
the same cliff.
My corpse is in the pools, right? So I can just go to pools and just
I
go up
actually don't
on the ground.
see your corpse.
Okay, I think it is.
You're probably over close to where I am. I think we just have to go up and hit this vial on Aggonnar's corpse, and we're good.
Okay.
And
You know,
then
if
once we
I've
finish
ever-
this, I should go back. Oh,
Ever watched a
ahead.
Kamikaze 78 premiere, but he's always in there chatting with viewers, for example. Yeah. Okay, so it's not like a stream thing. It's like he's just in there with viewers. So I would do it that way too. I would just hate to do a premiere and have no one show up but me.
I guess that is the risk, right?
His videos don't have much to discuss. It would work better with my style of video. Yeah, we'll see. I hope so. It's 23 minutes. And, yeah. It's not amazing. It's not the best thing ever made, but it is good enough. It's good enough. Maybe I'll ask Kamikaze about it. All right, moment of truth. Rolling up.
No, I see you.
Yes. Okay, I'm good.
No, I'm not. Oh, we have to kill this guy.
Yeah, I see that. Temporarily reset into the wild. All right, man, I will. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow or Friday night, something like that.
Did you finish the quest or no?
I got credit for that guy. Is that all we needed to do?
I think so. There's somebody over by Horty's over by the
Arazius. I'm seeing
2 Horties.
Paladin and a Druid. Apparently the Horde, like the good big team players. Lights are just like sad.
Playing by themselves.
Yeah.
Diddling themselves.
Yeah.
Well.
All right.
Thinking.
Let's go turn stuff in.
Turn stuff in, and then I should go to bed. It is now
Yeah.
almost 11:30.
Yeah, I need to do that as well.
Lots of Horties over here.
Boo.
Dismounted. Two clear casting rocks, gross.
Oh. Mining. Check Discord. Hey. Oh, man. Nice, dude. That looks pretty good. A disintegration of MMO's middle class. I see what you did there. Haha, that's pretty cool. But the thing is, I kind of used the vanishing motif in the video. So I got to keep the title the same. But that looks pretty cool. I'll show it on stream here in a minute. Let's check that out. Oh, I've had monitor display going this whole time. GG, Deeg.
No, the poor frames.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet. Got a little bit of Thanos snap going on.
Yeah, exactly. I did. I told you the title, didn't I, Shuffle? Shit. I'm sure I said the title. Sorry if I didn't. It's beautiful though. Maybe I'll ask you to make my next thumbnail if you're down. Oh yeah, you're not in the producers Discord, so you didn't see. Oh, you saw what I shared on stream though. So you should have seen it. I don't know, man. I'm tired. No deep.
Speaking of tired, I had an old man moment today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hurt my right hip and my left shoulder, like rotator cuff, is kind of tweaked. Did a pretty intense ride today, and my body is reeling.
A ride?
Yeah, on the Peloton.
On a lawnmower? Oh, okay.
Much less, more cool than the lawnmower.
A little bit.
But I'm recovering from it. It's kind of unfortunate.
Ouch, dude. Oh yeah, I guess there's only one.
Well, that's an upgrade, I guess.
Disintegrate, more of a power word. Yeah, it is. It is. And if I had thought of that when I was still recording the video, then I would definitely use your thumb with great aplomb.
Do you wish to buy? Trade?
But the video is already recorded
Could help.
with the vanishing motif in it. Yeah, man, definitely. I'll let you know. Throw it out to you. I don't have any joy at creating thumbnails, honestly. I really don't.
Would you say it's your least favorite aspect of content creation?
Blessings upon
No, I think that would be editing.
Oh, fair enough.
Thumbnails are actually kind of fun because it's just like you're just making one frame. I like that thumbnail. Shit. Okay.
Oh, do we have a turn in on our hold? Outside of on our hold somewhere.
Be kind.
I can deal with that. I don't have to deal with it. I can leave a yellow question mark on my map. That's okay.
I actually
It's
couldn't
allowed.
find it. Anchorite Obadiah. I was over there and I couldn't see the NPC. Next time we play, we'll be going to the ruins of Shinar.
Ruins of Shinar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here he is, Anchorite Obadiah.
Warm wishes to
Speak with Amon the Wise.
favor the road.
Yeah, he's up by me now. They are up by me.
I feel you.
The Naru have not forgotten us.
As I've told you before, I do not require eyes to see what others cannot. I will not pass judgment on what you did on Makaru's behalf. Yet I think you need to see beyond what your eyes show you. Travel southwest to the ruins of Shinar and salvage any relics you find. If fate wills it, you will find what we need. The meaning of my request might not be immediately apparent. Have faith, though, Deeg. Clarity comes to those with patience. Ain't that the truth?
Oh, that yawn.
You give me a ceremonial port to Stormwind as we finish up?
Yep, let's do it.
I guess
There
we
it
could
is.
turn in an honor hold. Nah, whatever.
Nah,
We'll do
we
it next time.
We can do that when we hearth back, yeah.
Yeah. This way I can do merching and stuff off stream.
Yeah, this tells me I should play mage.
You're really
Because-
digging it, huh?
Yeah, because when we play together and we're in Dalaran, in Northrend, somewhere, and we're gonna
Yeah.
want to go somewhere, it's fucking Mageport. Otherwise, you got to take a boat. The boat's slow.
Boats are cool. I mean,
boat
mage
is
ports
cool.
are awesome. But
They're very convenient.
but
Also, not having to buy food and water. It's pretty sweet.
I agree. I mean, they're great conveniences. Is it the whole reason to play the class? I wouldn't think so, but you know,
No,
you,
I'm actually
you love
feeling
what
a
you
little
love.
nostalgic. Feeling a
Ah.
little nostalgic about this character that I took through Classic.
Yeah, dude, that's the sauce, man. That's the RPG. That's why I wanted to play this warrior rather than just start a new one at level 70.
Yeah, I'm with you. This was a good choice. I'm pleased with our choices.
Okay. I'm gonna go make the choice of going to bed.
Yeah, me too. Like immediately. I'm gonna
Yes.
lay down and literally fall asleep in like
Yes.
2 minutes.
William, Stream, Kai, Shuffle, and friends, I will bid you adieu. Catch you next time.